The purl stitch. When doing a purl stitch, you want the working yarn in front of the work, between your knitting and you. Then you use your right hand needle to go into the stitch on the left needle, but this time entering the stitch from right to left under the left needle, creating an X. Next, wrap the working yarn counterclockwise, like we did with the knit stitch, around the right needle. So you are going to move the yarn toward you from underneath, over and away from you, bringing the yarn down in between the two needles. Slide the right needle under the shaft of the left needle, but away from you this time, pulling the new stitch through the old stitch. Move the old stitch off the left needle and snug up that new stitch. And again, in, right to left this time. Wrap, counterclockwise. Slide, away from you this time. Slide the stitch off the left needle and snug. When you snug it up, make sure that the stitch is snug enough to hug the needle, but not so tight as to make it hard to move the stitches along the needle. You should be able to lift the stitches by the needle without the needle falling out, and at the same time you should be able to move the stitches easily along the needle. And again, in, right to left, wrap, slide, off, snug. In, wrap, slide, off, snug. Now I will purl with the yarn in my right hand. The movements are exactly the same. In, wrap, slide, off, and snug. In, wrap, slide, off, and snug. I'm referring to these as very distinct steps, but really they're not. They just flow together in smooth movements. The snugging part is not really a step at all, but happens naturally as you work, when there is tension on your working yarn. While we create this bump on this side, on the other side we create these lovely V's that make up the familiar stockinette fabric. Hope this helps.